Hi friends, thanks so much for joining me today. So in today's card tutorial, we're going to be making this fun card. Isn't that adorable? And we're actually going to be using Traditions of Christmas Designer Series paper. Now don't let the Christmas fool you, because this is actually going to be considered a masculine card, or it could be feminine also. But it's super easy and I can't wait to get started. So let's turn the camera down. Before we get started, bonus days are still going strong. February 2nd is the last day that you can earn your $5 certificate. Basically, whenever you place a $50 order in my online store before shipping and tax, you can earn a $5 certificate that you could use beginning February 3rd through February 28th. So I think that's a great deal, and I don't want you to miss out. So as I mentioned, I am using the Traditions of Christmas Designer Series paper. Now this paper was out of stock for a while, and I believe it's back in stock. But as I mentioned, it's not really just for Christmas. I mean, yes, the colors are Christmassy. You know, you've got your reds and your greens and your blues. But remember that our paper is double-sided. So, although these have poinsettias on them, the back side has these great prints. Now, I don't have very much left. As you can see, I have, what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sheets left, full sheets. And then I have little bits and pieces here and there. So let's set that aside, and we will get started. And then I'll show you the cards later after we're done. Okay, so I am using Coneflower Celebrations. I'm just using it for the sentiments. We're going to use Happy Belated Birthday, but I'm going to take out Belated because I don't need that, and I tend to send my cards on time. Imagine that. And then I'm going to use, I love that I've known you for so many birthdays. Isn't that pretty? I've really loved this stamp set. All right, and then the DSP, I told you, Christmas, Traditions of Christmas, but... All right, so for all the measurements, be sure to sign up for my newsletter, and which goes out every Wednesday. Okay, so let's put this aside for a minute. And I want to work with this one piece of DSP here. So the first thing I want to do is I'm going to put this in my on my trimmer, going horizontally, right? I guess, right? This the longer side will be up against the edge here, and I'm going to go so. I believe this piece is 5 inches, 5 1/8. So basically, half of that would be 2 9/16. So 2 9/16 is just 1. So you've got your 2.5 here. Here, let's zoom in, and I'll bring my paper trimmer down so you could see it. So let's see. So you've got your 2.5 inch right here, right? So you're going to go to the 2.5 and just go one line over that little line right before the 2 5/8, and that happens to be right here. That's 2 9/16. Okay, so we're just going to line that up there. Then I'm going to take my blade out. That got stuck on my nail, not a good thing. I'm going to bring it up to 1 3/4. So you can see that right here on the side, and there's these little marks here, and that lines up to that point. So we're just going to close the arm down. Oops, I just moved it. Close that, there we go. And now I'm going to cut up just from there. So basically what you want to do is you want to take one point and just fold it over like so. Now you could use your scoreboard. I found it much easier doing it this way. And I'm going to burnish that. And I'm going to fold the other piece over to that corner there, to that point. And from where I cut, and then we'll burnish that. So as I said, you could score those. I found it a bit tricky to score them. So then you have this. Very simple. All right, so next what we're going to do is I'm going to just place this on here. Actually, I'm going to use some repositionable tape just to hold it down a little bit. Just so I know. And the reason I'm doing it is to make sure that where my sentiment is exactly where I want it to go. So we're going to just move this around a little bit. Okay. So I think that's about right. So I am going to use Secret C, and we're going to take Belated out of there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to one edge of my ink pad, and with the photopolymer stamps, I can see exactly where I need to stamp. I see that I did not pick up the whole B, or did I? I did. There's a little bit. Okay, so I just wiped a little bit off the Y. So I'm just going to stamp birthday right about here. Okay. Oh, I did not stamp that well. And let me take that off. You might want to take that off actually. So, because the B did not come out good. Okay, let's try that again. There, much better. Okay, now I'm going to clean my stamp. And I'll do the same thing with happy. We're just going to go right on the edge. And if you get a little bit on other areas that you don't want, you can just wipe them off with your finger. Okay, so we're just going to stamp happy right above that here. Perfect. All right, good. So we're done with that. And while I have my ink out, let me get my inner piece, and we'll do that as well. Okay, so we're just going to stamp this right about here. So, okay, and that is done. Our stamping is done. And I'll just wipe this off while it's here. We're done with that part. All right, let's set this aside for a minute. And let me bring in this little piece here. Now, be sure to watch my shorts, because this little piece here actually came off of a tag. I purchased a pair of pants recently, and this was holding the tag onto a little loop. So I was like, oh, that could be used as a string on one of my cards. And here we are. So I'm going to take my Copic marker that very closely resembles the Secret C. I've already done most of it, but I'm going to color the rest of it. And although the alcohol markers do make it easier to color on these, and it dries much easier, I don't like that it makes it stiff, whereas a water-based marker does not make it stiff. However, the water-based marker, it will take much longer to dry than the alcohol markers, because they're water-based, so they do take longer to dry. And that's the only downside I find. But it does not change the feeling of your ribbon, your thread, your string, whatever you're using. But like I said, for my purposes right now, this makes it easy because it's quick and it'll be dry. Just get this little spot right here. And you want to use the, I guess you could use the other side too. Probably could. Yeah, maybe that's easier. I think with Stampin' Up, the Stampin' Blends are also the same, where they have the two different nibs. Although I think the Stampin' Up nib is much more fine. This is like more of a wide nib. So that definitely makes it easier to color. Okay, I think we're good with that. Close this up. And you definitely want to have something under your surface because it will bleed. You can see it bled there, and it also bled on my second surface. So definitely keep something under there. All right, and you'll see I'm wiping it off, but nothing's coming off on my hands. But I'm just going to set this aside to let it completely dry. And while that's drying, I will put this together. All right, so we're going to start by putting this designer series paper. Before I do that, I have this one piece that I'm going to create a banner or tails. All depends what you call them. Sometimes I call them tails, sometimes I call them a banner end. But I just went up towards the middle And then I'm going to go up towards the other middle, or rather from one point to that center point, and just cut up. And you're left with that. It's not perfect, but it's good enough to get those pieces out of the way. All right, so what I want to do is I want to fold this over down the middle here. It just adds a little something, right? And we're going to cheat. And I'm just going to use, well, you know what? Let's just take our seal here and we'll tack it down. Just going to tack that down on the back. So make sure that's centered, and it is. All right, let's put this down to here. All right, so we're going to glue this onto here. Now, I am extra shaky this morning while I'm recording this. I'm not sure why. I did not have caffeine. I had decaf coffee. So I don't know what's going on. Could be the weather. We are having snow today. So, but I don't think it's supposed to amount too much. So this morning the temperatures were a bit colder, and I stuck my finger in where I did not want to stick it. So I'm just going to wipe it on the craft mat. All right. So when my hands are this shaky, it makes it even harder for me to put these cards together. But it's all good, right? Okay, so that's good. I'm going to take a couple of dimensionals and put them under that little strip here. And the other two dimensionals, I'm going to stick one under here. So, and then another one under here. Okay, so there, and then we're just going to flip that over. Like so. All right, we're done with our dimensionals. Get this out of the way. All right, so now let's put this on the inside. So I'm going to layer this onto another piece of DSP for the inside of my card. And I may put something here, like some sort of image. I'm not sure yet. I haven't decided. But this would be a perfect masculine card for someone who has a birthday during the winter months. Or could be for anybody, really. Doesn't have to be just for men, right? Just because it's blue. Or shall I say Secret Sea? Let me know in the comments what you think of the new color Secret Sea. I love it, for one. I think it looks great. It's like a deep navy, very, it's really, really just a beautiful color. So I hope this is one of the colors that Stampin' Up! Decides to keep. This happens to be the in color from last year, so we'll be around until 2027. But in May, we will be getting 5 new colors, and they will be called the new in colors for May. So I'm looking forward to seeing that, and I'll get a sneak peek of them all while I'm on stage, On Stage, which is in Long Beach, California this year. It's been many, many years since I've been to California, so looking forward to it. And of course, I'm looking forward to seeing all my crafting friends that are worldwide, nationwide, worldwide, they're all over. All right, so we put that down. I am done with the glue. Let me make, first I'm going to put my glue dots down. These are going to go here, and that's where I'm going to put the ribbon. And I'm doubling them up I don't know why. I don't need to, but I am. Just makes me feel like they're more on there, more secure. All right, so we're just going to roll that up a little bit because we don't want it sticking out from under the ribbon. Now these glue dots that I am using actually come with our paper pumpkin kits or our regular kits. So because I usually use glue, I have so many of these. All right, so we're just going to take this and tie a simple bow like so. And if I need to, I can trim it. I don't think I need to trim it though. Well, maybe I'll trim the one because it's a little bit longer than I want it to be. So let's see. Yeah, let's trim the other side just a little bit. Okay. So this is a great way to repurpose those little strings, right? So we're just going to put that right over here, like so. There we go. And then we're going to use some pretty gems. Now these are brand new, Moody Palette Glossy Dots. I haven't even opened them. So, I don't remember. Here. For me, it's much easier. And I'll just slide them out. So I'm just going to get a couple of, I was going to use the Secret C, but now I'm wondering if I should use these because we've got some pool party right there. I think that's what I'm going to do. So we'll put one here. And I'll just use the big ones. Oh, where'd that one go? Maybe I didn't. Oh, there it is. I see it. It's on my finger. It's always a good place. Put one here. And then we'll put another one. Oh, here or here? Here. Here, let's go down here. There. Okay. So there you go, friends. How cool is that? Such a beautiful card, isn't it? I just love it. It's such a simple design, but wow. All right, let me show you my other cards. Oh, I did forget one thing before we do that. Let's add our designer series paper to our envelope flap. Because no stationery is complete without a matching envelope. So we're just going to add this to it. And I think I am going to use the blue. I was contemplating using the poinsettia side, but I think I'm decided I'm going to use the blue side instead. And you want to make sure you have a good amount, not gloppy, but a good amount of glue. There. And just press that down. On the other side, and then we'll just trim the ends. We'll just trim this all. So you just want to follow the line of the envelope flap. Makes it so easy to do this. There's so many different things you can actually do with an envelope flap. You can even stamp on it, make some pretty designs. You can also emboss it. So lots of options for sure. So there you go. Nice matching envelope for our gorgeous card. Is that not beautiful? So let me show you the other ones. Now I was playing with this, so that's why I used old designer series paper and actually old cardstock. This was boho blue. So definitely a great masculine card, right? And then we have this one here. Now this paper, It might have still been in the annual catalog. I'm not sure, but isn't it gorgeous? Oh, I just love this paper. This was one that we had last year, I think, for Valentine's Day, but it's beautiful. Love the gold and all the different colors. Look at that. Oh my gosh. Now this one, I goofed. That's why I did like just the center part, but it doesn't look bad, right? And then we got the inside. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Let me show you the inside of this one here. So, isn't that gorgeous? I love this cake. You know, the other day I was saying to my friend, oh, I don't have any birthday cakes, stamps. Well, yeah, I did. I just found it. It's called Along These Lines. So, forgotten about that. So, friends, there you go. Here are my 3 cards. I'd love to know which one you like the best. Please be sure to leave me a comment. And while you're at it, make sure you like my video. It's helping my channel grow and it helps other people find me. Till next time, have a great day. Bye-bye.